YouTube, what the crap's going on? Welcome back to the Carthage DEI campaign. We're right outside of, oh wow, that changes things drastically. It also cuts off my reinforcements, but that's fine. I think I'm just going to go ahead and night attack auto-resolve here, so that the Pride of Mago, which is commanded by Sana here, he can take Neapolis, and then Hannibal can mop up any reinforcements, rather than me having to actually fight this in the city. We'll just occupy... Ooh, I don't know, we could loot it. Yeah, we're gonna loot it.
At your command.
So, we've looted Neapolis. We'll go ahead and convert some of the buildings over. What would that one convert? I'm gonna collapse that down. Let's just, well, no, that one, we can go ahead and convert. And then we probably want to convert this one straight into a Temple of Baal Haman as well, so we can start spreading some major Punic influence here. We apparently can do more research as well. I think I finished doing this one. And if I go ahead to this one, we can get the trench mine and all the other stuff to open up. Brick makers, stone cutters. Yeah, I think we'll do that because I mean on the military tree, I don't see anything that's like particularly pressing for me. Getting to this Sidonian rights would be kind of nice, but it's not. Well, the mercenary recruitment cost and upkeep would be pretty nice. Let's go ahead and spend some time on that because that could come in handy. Because every now and then I do need to rely on some mercenaries to help me out.
How can I serve Carthage?
I don't think the Romans are going to be inclined to attack us here.
For Carthage.
Definitely don't think they will. They don't have a particularly large number of men here, but it depends on how much they can levy up in each turn, or whether they hire mercenaries, or whatever the case be. So let's go ahead and end the turn. We do have some skills that I need to take care of. This governor here looks like he's ranking up nicely, which is good because we lost a good one. Yeah, that'll be a good one to have there. Got a veteran up here who needs to rank up, and this one's gonna increase his ability to impart military training, so that's be a good one. And it looks like Sana has achieved an upgrade here. Let's see what else is available to him. Something cool. Minor bonus to diplomacy with all factions. That could be handy. Let's go ahead and pick that. And then, ooh, now we get a plus 5% tariff income. Wow, that's awesome. That's cool. That's an awesome skill to have. Definitely liking that. Plus 8 research rate faction-wide. What's some of this other stuff? 10 factional mercenary replenishment. That's pretty sweet too. Cultural conversion in the local province and a minor diplomacy bonus with all factions again. Wow. Plus 5% melee attack. Public order in the local province, 5% melee attacks. Battles against Rome, huh? That won't last forever. That one could be handy too, more mercenary help. There's a lot of cool stuff up in here I hadn't even looked at yet. Well, yeah, some good stuff. I think I'm going to take this guy here because it's going to give us extra cultural conversion and add to that bonus we have with other factions, which may make it easier for me to open up trade and keep people from going to war with me until when I choose for them to go to war with me. Importing salt, grain, wine, glasswares, purple dye, fish. We're importing livestock, olive oil, producing copper, grain, and fish. So it'd be great to get a hold of more resources as well. I would love to try and get
Greetings.
Athens.
We are civilized folk,
So you may speak
to
as
trade
you
with me,
wish,
but
and we will
they
give you an
resist it.
honest answer.
Oh my gosh, they took
I can
it.
settle on-
Baal Hammond be praised. They accepted. And oh my goodness, look, it drove our income way up too. That's awesome. We will definitely take that. Take every last bit of it. I see some salt up there in Ariminum, and then that's either wine or glasswares up there at Arretium. So that'll definitely be nice to get a hold of. And then we have olive oil there at Neapolis as well. Very, very good. It'll take a long time to get some of those buildings built at Neapolis, but we got time. This army needs to retrain. Only one of these Roman armies is fortified. We could attack the other, and they would get reinforced by the garrison army from Rome, which is 17 units, but pretty crappy units. A lot of javelin men,
Ready for battle.
but still pretty crappy units. Theoretically, that would allow me to lay siege to Rome. If I night attack, I can avoid all these guys. But if I just do a broad daylight attack, I get all my reinforcements plus... Oh yeah, we're going to have a huge battle here. That's what we'll do. This should allow us to destroy the garrison army from Rome itself, and then allow Hannibal to go besiege it. And barring the Romans levying up more legions, that would leave Rome extremely vulnerable. I'll have to try and get a selfie at the gates, even though this isn't actually Hannibal Barca. That was so great, man. What a fitting ending to the Hannibal at the Gates campaign, taking the gratuitous selfie. That was so good. Hannibal, I guess, was the inventor of the selfie stick, and we just don't know it. Alright, here we go. Let's get the deployment ready. The Romans are going to have the high ground, but we are going to have a massive hoplite line to face them. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a huge battle. Let's go ahead and start the battle and just start moving my reinforcements up. We're going to be able to control basically all 40 units at once, to the best of my ability, I should say. The Romans are also going to have a lot of units, but I think ours will be considerably better. Ooh, they got a bodyguard. Other units coming on there. Go ahead and spread out my hoplites a little bit. See if the Romans go ahead and gather up their troops. I'll let them do so if they're going to. And then I want to do the same. Oh no, I don't want all these crappy town troops. They can withdraw from the battle. I want all the elephants and stuff to be able to come on the field. I don't want all that junk troops.
Libyan infantry.
There we go. Now we got the good stuff coming. Yeah, the Romans are going to go ahead and gather up all their strength. That's good. They're going to need it. They're going to get crushed hard. This center line of hoplites is going to be like getting hit by a bronze wall of pain here, basically. Should be a couple more units coming onto the battlefield. Should be slingers, I think. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the hoplite line set. I'll put Libyan infantry on this side of the hoplite line. We'll put a couple more, plus the Thureos, the light Libyan infantry. We'll put them over here. And we'll get all of our slingers kind of down the center here. And I'll put both my bodyguards here. We'll get 4 Carthaginian cav on this flank. And then we should be able to put our other 4 Carthaginian cav on this flank. Alright, let's go ahead and fast forward and let all the troops get set. My guys might need to rest after running into position as well. Oh, we definitely want the elephants. We'll place them over here on this flank as well. Yeah, the Romans look like they're going to line up in an enormous line. I don't know if they're going to attack me or if they're going to camp. The thing is that their line is very inconsistent as far as troop quality. I mean, late Triari over here, very strong. Apulian heavy infantry, not bad. But when you look over here where they're going to line up the rest of their troops, Italian garrison swordsmen, not particularly strong. Italian town guard. Yeah, all these units are going to suffer badly at the hands of my heavy Carthaginian infantry. Terrain-wise, though, it's definitely in favor of the Romans, but the Romans are going to have some pretty serious trouble, I think. They are going to have all their troops lined up soon, so this is going to be a massive battle as far as numbers go. Should be a lot of fun. Go ahead and pull my hoplite line forward. And let's get my slinger line forward. Move up some cav. Got these troops that are all coming up on my flank, which I screwed up the control click. There we go. And let's get these 4 swordsmen. Pull up that flank, the 4 cavalry. I've definitely got a lot of cavalry hitting power in this army. None of my troops are tired yet, which is good. What kind of skirmishers? Javelinmen? If we outrange the Romans, I might be able to draw them forward into combat. Let's try it. Both generals have abilities, so I'll kind of spread them out across both sides of the line. Both of them have some pretty good abilities, actually. I'm going to go ahead and try and scooch up this hillside some more. I want the Romans to have such good position. Oh, yeah. I missed a move order there. Yep, the Romans are coming forward. This is perfect. We're going to lure them into combat. Here in a second I'll get my hoplites all into phalanx formation, which should allow me to give the enemy a pretty solid crushing. My slingers have lured the citizen javelinmen in, and I'm going to go ahead and pull all the way back behind my lines. Time to hoplite phalanx. Start moving up on this flank already.
Units have been discovered.
Yeah, let's get our elephants up here as well. This Libyan infantry's lagging, but the rest of them are getting there. Alright, yep. So the Romans, being worried about having me outrange them, they're going to attack. This is not going to go well for them. Gonna get a nice barrage of javelins on me here. I mean, that's one thing the Romans are gonna get. It's not much. Let's take a look at where I need to get my... Well, we can hit play for another second here and then get my charges. Charge here. Let's go ahead and start running over here as quickly as possible. I am gonna have to kind of control things in slow motion, at least temporarily. This unit is gonna be prone to getting outflanked here. Let's keep my general close for support. Let's go ahead and try and pull these units through the gaps. Immediately hit that unit from behind. Push forward. Alright, let's go focus some on the other flank here. We got hit by a couple of Roman charges. Should be able to get all the way up there. Definitely taking out some of those javelins. We're gonna actually kind of have to leave this unit here and see how the Romans react. Let's go ahead and hit play, see if I can possibly control all this at once. Unlikely. Gonna hit that unit there. Okay, we should get a nice downhill position to fight from there. Let's move these reinforcements over to the center. Same thing here. Move all these units over. Just keep pushing center. We're gonna let's take out those javelin men here with my slingers. Ooh, the enemy cav may try and split the center here. Looks like they're going to. Let's get these troops to pin that Roman general into a combat that he doesn't want to be in. Charge that bodyguard, and let's take these units to go outflank it. Elephants over to the center. Okay, the enemy Roman general actually just went ahead and went on into combat somewhere. This whole flank is now free to outflank Romans. Let's go ahead and push forward. That blob, let's get into the back of it here. Get around behind that Roman bodyguard.
Orders, my lord. We are at your command.
The men are wavering.
Don't know where we're... Oh, we got a hoplite wavering here for some reason. Let's get up and see if we can support it real quick. Hopefully it does not rout. It's somehow getting attacked in the rear, though, would be the reason why it's wavering. Let's inspire rally. And let's bring all these troops around. My elephants are going berserk. Let's get into the back of all these troops here. This unit has gotten behind me. That's quite bad. Let's bring our
general is dead.
Wow, this is such a big fight. Definitely a fun one. Let's get in here. War elephants took a couple of losses, or they may have done that from the previous auto-resolve, to be quite honest.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Okay. Let's see if we can get into the back of that fight. Get into those cav. Let's get our general into the back of these Principe here. There we go. That unit was outflanking my hoplite and causing bad morale damage, but yeah, you can see that just a big swath of Roman troops routing all over the field. My elephants have come back under control. I'm gonna start chasing routing units with my cavalry. Just kind of split up and cover them from all directions. I think those javelins are trying to take out my elephants. Yeah, so the Romans suffering a massive defeat there. They're going to lose their garrison army at Rome, which means that Hannibal is in a perfectly good position to push forward. Wow, 415 kills on one of those hoplites. That is crazy. That's a big battle. There was 10,000 men in that battle. And the Romans lost about 40% of them. Or no, they lost more than that. 40% of the men in that fight were Romans, and they died. Well, almost 50%, I guess I should say. But yeah, and a huge portion of those died. So, gonna be a huge victory for Hannibal. Not unlike history against the Romans, up until Zama, of course. Hannibal had some indecisive battles versus the Romans as well. Fabian's strategy actually worked against Hannibal, and as much as the Romans hated Fabius for it, he was definitely correct in his approach, as time eventually proved. And it did take time. It took the Romans a full 16 years to get Hannibal back into Africa and for Africanus to defeat him. And that was only after thinking we might enslave some of these captives, see if we can drive some economy. Let's go ahead and enslave them. Get me some Roman slaves to send back to the motherland.
Forgive me, but we cannot.
I'm gonna go ahead and siege Rome. I mean, I could easily take it at this point, but we will go ahead and prepare siege engines, which is something that Hannibal really didn't have the ability to do in real life. We'll continue the siege. It's 8 turns to surrender, so I kind of want to see if we can siege the Romans out a little. That was pretty awesome. We're going to be making some very nice money at this point. We'll see if Rome is able to levy up any more support from its citizens, or if if, again, as in real life, Hannibal was attempting to break apart Rome's allies, and he very nearly did so. Some of them did actually join him for periods of time, but yeah, he was very near success in doing so. Let's see, so at Tingis here, it probably wouldn't hurt to go ahead and build the Agora, and then let's go ahead and build some outskirts as well. Wonder how Punic culture is doing here. It's actually doing pretty good. The Desert Nomadic is not faring so well. Pride of Mago here has ranked up. Might just go ahead and open that one up, and then we'll have our choice of basically whatever we want at that point. So here we go. Something that never happened in history, though it was very close. And again, this is not the Hannibal Barca, but Hannibal sieging Rome here. So he never had the capability to siege Rome. The way I understood it, he just didn't have the army or equipment to put on a siege of that size. Taking it on, Rome would have had a lot of defenders. It would have taken a lot of time and investment to surround the city and to keep the Romans from receiving supplies and reinforcements. Though rumor has it that there was a point at which, after the victory at Cannae, that the messengers came to tell the Romans what had happened, and the people actually had begun to want to flee Rome, feeling that Hannibal was just marching his way there. Don't even know if this stuff is true, but heard one account that Hannibal did march within sight of Rome to see it, and the people were scared at his appearance, but of course he was not able to actually siege the city. I don't know how much of that is actually true. Of course, most of our accounts of Hannibal come from the Romans themselves, so as you can imagine, there's a certain degree of truth that may not be present in the records. The Romans did not particularly like Hannibal, and sometimes they may wanted to have said things that make him sound worse than what he really was, or say things to make themselves look better. Who knows? Some people think that Hannibal may not have been as great as the Romans like to say, but supposedly maybe they say that in order to make themselves feel better. I mean, I don't know. I do think he was a great commander. It seems that history makes that fairly clear. But there are some doubters out there as to whether or not Hannibal was really a great general. Some say he was not a great general because he was not able to take Rome. But I would say that if you look back at Rome's history up until the point of like Alaric the Goth or whatever it was, no one else had a lot of success pushing as deeply into Rome as Hannibal did. And so I would argue that indeed he was extremely successful. And a good general because he accomplished what nearly no one else did, like I said, for hundreds of more years in history, as far as being able to strike terror at the very heart of what was then the ancient superpower. So definitely an impressive record as far as I'm concerned. These irrigation ditches. Getting some public order boost there. This uses food, gives me 5 more public order, but only upgrading this only offsets 1 upgrade here. It's always been something that seems a little bit weird about the upgrades in Rome 2. They don't always seem to match each other super well. I'm not worried about them just at this moment, though. The Ambassadors of Atlas. Let's see what they have here. Looks like their general is the one that gains a rank. Take away another from Empire Maintenance and another there. Alright. Just go ahead and save a little money here. We've got Rome under siege. I was going to see if the Romans would levy up anything worth fighting me. I'd like to just auto-resolve the battle at Rome, but you can't just auto-resolve the Battle of Rome. I guess the Battle of Rome was kind of fought outside of it, which you all got to see there, so actually me walking into Rome doesn't necessarily have to be the focal point. Looks like the Messazeli are going to move up and try and take Aridium. I really don't like that because I want the glasswares. Yeah, I don't want them, or actually that's glasswares, I think that's wine. I don't want them getting these resources. That kind of makes me mad, actually. I could always just turn my back on the Messazeli if I wanted to destroy them. May make some other factions mad at me, but It would allow me to consolidate my power in Africa before I try and make a move anywhere else.
Baal Hamun demands sacrifice.
Do I auto-resolve? I mean, there's really nothing there to fight, so even getting a selfie won't really make a lot of sense. So yeah, okay, I guess no selfie at the gates this time. Sorry, folks, there's just nothing here to see this time. I've destroyed the Romans so thoroughly in that battle before that we're going to take it out. So we could loot Rome. I'm not going to. I don't really need the money. We did capture Rome, though. We'll watch the little video here. I remember this video. I actually kind of like it. Weep, Rome, weep, for your Carthaginian conquerors are at hand. But rejoice in knowing that you will be better off than had you stayed under the power of your senate. Ooh, man, we can just almost reach Iridium on this turn with that army. I wonder if we can... No, Hannibal can't move anymore. Golly, man, we're just barely short of being able to do that. Oh, we can reach it. Solid. Yeah, okay, I'm going to auto-resolve this so that I can kind of steal it away from the Massaisoli. No need to loot that either. We'll just occupy at this point. We're going to have plenty of money. So yeah, this is going to drive our income through the roof. The Massaisoli might try and swing through and get to Iridium. We'll see. I hope not. I'd like to get all this territory for myself. And then Petavium has glasswares. So I'd really prefer that the Massaisoli not pursue the Romans here. Let's go ahead and just tear some of this stuff down. We can go ahead and convert some of it. At Neapolis, let's go ahead and build a shipwright there. Okay. So, yep, we've basically dealt the death blow to Rome. We'll have to decide what we want to do next. The Brethren of Baal here have an upgrade. Ooh, that'll give me even more campaign movement range. We're going to take that, because Hannibal can really get around the campaign map at this point. So we'll have the option of maybe trying to secure Iberia, making a move into Gaul. We could secure Africa in its entirety. I mean, there's a lot of options. We are in pretty friendly terms with Egypt and Athens, so I wouldn't see a need to push there. In fact, I don't think that would be very advisable. So we're now researching the mercenary deal. And I do want to go ahead and push Arretium here. Take it from the Romans. We can't quite reach it on this turn. Rome's going to be pretty upset just because of the public order penalties, but that's fine. We'll settle it up. Got some buildings underway there. And what is this? Yeah, we're only missing a Riminum to complete this province. I'll worry about a rebellion later. Let's just go ahead and push ahead of the... I'm going to push ahead of the Massaisoli and try and finish off the Romans once and for all here. Yeah, I want to hit them and finish them off, get them off the map. So we will just hurry and push this. Well, that's good. I'm glad you live to serve Carthage. It's a good choice. I don't think the Massaisoli will be able to get to any of the Roman territory in front of me, and none of the little Roman armies running around are strong enough to take any of my provinces. Not unless something were to change.
Talk like men of many things.
No, I don't know if I want to give you military access because I may be thinking about turning on you. It'd be nice to secure Hispania because that would be some good classic territory for Carthage.
Ready for battle.
We're gonna hit Ariminum here. And just auto-resolver again here. Not really worth watching, because it'd just be a whole lot of time, me on a battle map taking out a relatively weak AI.
Ready for order.
And then Patavium is within range. And that should be the end of the Roman Republic here. They're trying to screw me over a little on the auto-resolve, but nothing we can't handle. We could subjugate Rome and keep them alive. Sack, raise, liberate. Ha! Nah, I don't think we're going to liberate. We're just going to occupy. And that should be the end of Rome. I may have to actually finish off all their stacks, though. I can't remember. Yeah, I'm going to have to finish off their stacks. But I think if we assassinate their general here, it should cause them to lose this army. Yep. So we can kind of use that to revenge. They got that agent still here. Let's see if we can get rid of your agents. We have terrible chances with this agent. I'm going to wait, actually, rather than risk getting him wounded. Yeah, so it may... In order to secure Patavium, we're probably going to have to hurry up and hit Mediolanium and Genua, so that we can secure the public order. But, I mean, we got to secure the public order here, too. I'm going to tear that fishing structure down, tear that down, and we'll kind of get everything all fixed up in Italia. Yeah, looking good here. We're going to be making some pretty serious money, too. It only gets us 4 more food, but that 4 public order penalty is pretty severe. We could probably take this temple. We don't really need the temple to Baal Haman anymore because it really spreads more Punic culture. We could probably find one that gives a lot bigger public order bonus like this one, like the temple to Tanit. And that's what we should do, is convert it over. It'll take a number of turns, but it should be worth it in the long run. Yeah, because we'll get that bigger public order bonus. Got some extra money, but let's just go ahead and wait for a few turns, and we'll kind of plan it out. The Brethren of Baal have an upgrade here. Or Hannibal himself does, sorry, my bad. He has got some pretty sweet upgrades. He's like the top tier unwavering patriot, so he adds cultural conversion. And then this one, he gets us a huge boost to our trade agreements. And this one is boosting the melee attack, campaign movement range, and everything else, which is pretty cool. I really like that upgrade for him. We can add something else to him now, too. Should be pretty fun. Melee defense skill for all swordsmen. Charge bonus for cavalry. Let's kind of open up the skilled cavalryman one just for fun. He is all the way up to 60 years old, though, so he is getting on up there. But he's done well. He captured Rome in his time. Now, look, the Romans did hire a few mercenaries and attacked Brundisium. They're hiring mercenaries elsewhere. We can just go ahead and do a balanced approach here and get rid of this little Roman fleet. But yeah, they've got Brundisium sieged. Be able to auto-resolve this one here. Though again, it gives the Romans far better chances than I feel like they deserve. Romans desperately attempting to survive. They've got Brundisium under siege. We'll need to head down there and handle that. And then if we get a rebellion in Italia, we'll take care of it. But I don't think we will. Should be in good shape. RDA have liberated Epirus, it looks like. Yeah. Oh, no, so they don't have Brundisium siege. They must have attacked. So this appears to be their last army here, and it's in a raiding stance right outside of Ariminum.
For Carthage!
And they're going to flee, of course. I would flee in front of Hannibal at this point as well if I were a Roman. So Hannibal gets the pleasure of slaying the last Roman stack, and there you have it, folks. Rome is no more. It is now Carthaginian Italy. So very, very nice. Oh man, always feels good in any Carthaginian campaign to put down the Romans. I know some of you are big Rome fans, and that's fine. I actually, initially, part of the reason I became interested in Carthage was because I was interested in reading up on the Romans, and I was like, man, who is this Hannibal? I mean, this is incredible, like reading some of the stuff. And then I got into reading like a biography of him, and I'm like, wow, this guy is impressive, like just straight impressive. So it was definitely something that was very interesting to learn about. I enjoyed it a great deal. Okay. We probably want to focus on public order up here in Italy, though there's not much else I can do for it on this turn. Magna Graecia is only at +7 as far as public order there, which, I mean, it's not bad. Might go ahead and spend some money upgrading that Odeon. And not a bad idea to hit the stone quarry up there. Okay, so feeling pretty good about where we're at. I think I'll probably leave it at this episode, and the reason I'm going to do that is go down in the comments, give me some ideas. Tell me what you think we should do next. Should we secure Africa? Should we go after Hispania and kind of take control of a bunch of traditionally Carthaginian influenced territory? Should I make a move into Gaul or Germania? I could invade Greece, but I don't see the point in doing that. I'm trading with Athens and making a lot of money off of it. And then Egypt is friendly with me as well, and I'm making quite a bit of money off of my relationship with them. So I don't find myself inclined at this point to attempt any such thing.
Well met, friend. Sit and let your...
Ooh, sweet. More money for me.
I am here to listen if you speak honestly.
I'm just going to snag all these trade agreements that I can. I'm not going to trade with Liguria or the Insubres because I intend to attack them. And the Suebi are actually nearby. They own a province just to the north of the area that I want to conquer.
I look forward
Let's
to
see if we can
wisdom,
open like a
but I trust
yeah,
you.
we can. We got a trade agreement with the
This
Suebi.
agreement is...
That's pretty cool. Making some pretty serious dough now too. So almost 10,000 per turn. So that'll be enough to do some substantial empire building. Kind of want to get my spy up here to do some work. I am signing off for now. I hope you all have enjoyed this. So we did kill Rome, but remember I had a whole other campaign that was focused on killing Rome. Definitely a fun part of this one, but let's do something fun with it here. Tell me what you think I should do next. Go down to the comments, get creative, let me know why and what you're thinking. HeirofCarthage, signing off for now.